right, welcome back everybody to the Boulder Boys Show, episode number 29. Coming at you from a different place for the first time, I think.
First time,
dude.
First time having a
Almost made it to 30. We're not going to make it to 30.
Oh no!
Oh,
well, we technically did, right? It just didn't.
No, I
Get
can't
out
go.
to
That's
public.
true. That's
So,
true.
That
yeah,
is true.
that's true.
That
we
is
did
true.
30 episodes. 29 got to you guys.
Yeah, exactly. There's an episode
The
that
infamous episode.
we'll always reference that you guys never got to see.
Maybe we'll release that in like 5 years.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Just keep the file.
Dude, I have the file. I have it made as a like MP3 or whatever I use, MP4 or whatever they're updated as, or uploaded as, and I keep meaning to get like clips from it and like playing it back as like a reference.
There's gonna be so many conspiracies around what happened in this episode in like a couple more months.
It's on the ether. We might have gotten hacked.
Chinese
Christmas episode though. We're very happy to have a Christmas
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
I meant to have a Christmas hat, but I couldn't find it.
Dude,
Yeah.
for those watching, we have a porcelain Christmas tree
Yes.
on the table.
I have like no decorations.
Do you have
This is
any
terrible.
ornaments?
It's all right. It's all right.
You are a decoration.
Dude, I can put little Christmas lights around the video or something for the viewers.
Perfect.
That'd be perfect.
Oh man. All right. Once again, episode number 29 is brought to you by Lever Movement. You can still use Boulder Boys code Boulder Boys at checkout for 20% off anything at levermovement.com. They're currently running a 15% off Christmas sale.
Oh.
But if you use Boulder Boys, capital B's, for the Boulder and the Boys, you can get 20% off. And for this episode, Lever is doing something special. They are willing to pay for a race entry up to $200.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A Christmas present
For
from
us?
Lever.
Yeah. No, not for us.
Thank you. Oh.
No, dude. For the listeners. For the listeners.
Oh.
For the
man.
listeners.
Dude.
So
if you-
which race is it for, Seth?
dude, any race of their choosing.
Wow.
Of the
Um,
listener choosing.
Of the listeners choosing, yes. So if you're listening, stop listening, click the link in the bio and fill your name out, answer the questions, and you'll be entered to win a race entry
Wow.
to whatever race you want to do.
That's pretty cool.
Whenever you want to do it, I believe.
Are they
pretty
just
cool.
choosing one?
Just one person.
Are
One
we
person.
are we choosing the winner?
Oh, we got to get with him on that.
Maybe
No, I
No,
think
that
it'll
would be
be-
fair. There's too much bias.
I
there.
mean, no, not choosing it, but like like the Hard Rock lottery. It's kind of a lottery, but not really.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, I'm
Moist
kidding.
pick.
Yeah,
Dale's
right.
pick.
Moist pick. Me.
Well, that's really cool, man.
That is cool.
That's
great.
awesome, dude.
Um,
Okay, so the steps to follow are just go to our bio in Instagram or the show notes probably
Show notes, YouTube notes, bio.
everywhere.
It'll be there. Yeah, I think I went on there and there's 3 questions. That's it.
awesome.
One of the questions is your name, which I think should know that by now. So fill it out and you'll be entered to win.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lever.
Yeah, thank you, Lever. But dude, okay, so
Exciting.
I have something to share off the
What?
start. Dude, I went to Belfast, Maine over the past
Yo.
weekend.
Ooh. I want to hear everything
Yeah.
about it. It's
I-
funny. We
yeah,
haven't
I-
catch up about it actually.
No, we haven't. So I did a little recon of the eastern front of the
Hell
Boulder
yeah.
Boys, and it did not disappoint. It was pretty cool actually. Like, the town of Belfast, like I can see the draw. Like I can
Yes.
see why Adam decided to ditch Boulder and move over there. Dude, I think a couple things, like we went on runs every morning and there's like a nice little towpath, rail trail, probably what they call it up there. Gravel trail, right along the bay, which turns into a river at some point, which I don't know exactly which point it did that on that trail, but
Pretty much immediately.
Pretty
It's
much
the
immediately.
Passagassawakeg River.
yes. Yes.
Wait. What?
Exactly.
Passy for short.
Yeah,
Okay.
Passy.
Cool.
But it was sweet. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like the town and everything was very cool. Like everything it felt like a quintessential small town with like uh what like a hipster or uh kind of like a hipster side that you would expect from like a Portland or something, you know?
Mm,
Like
yeah.
everybody was into or it seemed like everybody was into like the locally made products, and that did not like there was everything you could ever want. There was like a local version of it that was like made down the street or in a
Yes.
town that I didn't really know how far away it was, so I just assumed it was pretty close.
Seth was going hard on the local items from the co-op.
I was,
proud.
dude. Yeah, there's this co-op down the street, and I think the 2 full days we were there, I think I stopped in like 3 times each day.
Yep.
2 or 3 times each day, and it was like the like second to last time maybe. I just went in on this like fermented goat milk kefir or
Blueberry.
kefir blueberry. I think I left some in the fridge, dude. I don't know if you've had it,
Yeah,
but
I have yet to try it. I'm going to.
it was very good and very thick. Yeah, quite cool. So, dude, I can attest that all things are good out on the eastern
Dude,
front.
it was crazy though when Seth got here. Okay, so Moy, you'll remember, you had warned me before Seth got here. You were like, dude. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like run with Seth. You were like, don't run with Seth. He's super fit. Like,
I mean,
he
you
just
can
tore
try.
my legs
but
off.
You can try. But this is not a good time of year to be like running with this guy. You know.
Well, dude, you almost persuaded him not to. Like, I think the night before,
I was
you were
like, I'm
kinda
gonna
like,
ride my bike.
I'll just ride my bike beside. Which good thing you didn't. You would be stuck on that dirt road, frozen.
Well,
Still.
so we met in the middle. So I ran like the first loop with Seth, which was good. I was like,
How
dude,
you felt?
I mean, I felt actually pretty good, believe it or not.
Awesome.
Somehow, I
Okay.
just like sent it.
Dude, we were clicking off 640s immediately.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
I
okay.
knew
Still
I
got
knew I
it.
had to perform, dude. Moy had put the fear of God into me, so I ran the first like 7 miles with Seth or so, and then
Dude, that's good.
I did a quick transition, but this will come back later. A
Like
very quick transition.
Eli Helmian
got him-
style.
Got the helmet on,
Quicker.
like changed, put the bib on, and then like rode next to Seth while he did another like 11 or 12 miles or something.
Wow.
Seth was flying. It was crazy. Like watching him run from the bike was like so weird because I'm like moving quickly and he's just like a frog, like bounding along, you know? It was pretty cool to watch from that vantage point. I don't usually ride along, but dude, it was so cold and I was like way underdressed and you're not like pedaling that much. So
Oh my gosh.
dude, I was like frozen by the end.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It was really fun.
Well, and it was the classic thing of like you got done running and you were like, oh, it's not actually that cold out because you kind of warmed up, you know, you're probably
Yep.
sweating a little bit, and immediately get onto like just like coasting with like a 10
You're just
mile an
sitting
hour
there.
headwind.
Yeah.
Frozen headwind.
my
It was like
gosh, that's the
20
worst.
it was like 22 degrees or something by that
Really?
point.
And
Yeah.
and and you have the humidity there. Too.
Yeah, totally. And I think
Wow.
Adam, like, part of me was like, oh, I'm gonna knock out the last 10 miles or whatever because I should run fast, and the other part was like, I gotta get Adam back inside as quick as possible.
It was rough.
but-
Dude, Seth sent it. It was a really good run and it was fun. We actually ran on a road I hadn't really run on. Levi Miller just kind of like peeped his Strava and found it. But yeah, it was this really cool dirt road like headed out toward Brooks and it was beautiful.
Yeah,
Dude,
it was good.
That's awesome. It looked. I mean, I saw a video. You were running pretty well.
Oh, dude, I sped up for that video.
Yeah. I mean,
I think-
form looks good. You know, the video is stable, it's sunny, and then he's chit chatting. I saw that you guys went to a couple of things I wanted to ask. How's the coffee?
Oh, dude, the coffee's very good. So that was another thing is like, I feel like most small towns I go to, I have a very low expectation of the coffee, right? And the coffee at I'm blanking on the name. Of it.
Downshift.
Downshift. Thank you. I knew it was
Yeah.
I knew it was a bike reference. It was like quite good, and like the baristas were very skilled at what they did, which I think is like
Yeah.
sometimes that is the limiting factor in some of the like smaller East Coast towns I've been to, where it's like the coffee quality maybe is good, but the baristas are like slopping the milk in there. But the
Yeah.
baristas at
Yes.
Downshift quite good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, Adam.
Well, I was just gonna say, all of you might get to try some coffee. Seth might have something for you. You know.
Dude, I had it on this table and Carrie Ann put it somewhere. I have no idea.
Well,
Oh, it's on the
okay,
counter.
I'm glad that doesn't only happen to
Yeah,
me. Where
dude.
like I have things in one place and then
Yeah.
disappear. All right,
A
awesome.
little
Dude.
delivery.
And okay, and then any good pastries like treats?
Yeah.
Because coffee is very important, but for me, like sweets are a little bit more
Okay,
important.
so I didn't have any sweet. Oh, I did have a sweet the last day, but I didn't have any sweets at the coffee shop. I had savory biscuits, and they were like the first one was like a sour cream and chive dealio. I can't remember exactly what
Wow.
they were calling it. Very
It was a
good.
scone.
That was a scone. Okay.
Oh, I love scones.
The next day I got a biscuit.
Yes.
And the biscuit was a Gruyere.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I can't
Gruyere.
pronounce it. It was so good.
You say it right, actually.
I said it right. Oh,
yeah.
it's so good, dude.
Southern accent, like Marseille.
And the lady who was baking it, which I can't for the life of me remember her
Meg.
name, Meg.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's quite good at baking those. So,
Wow. Shout out Meg.
shout out Meg.
Shout
But dude,
out Meg.
the last like thing I ate in Belfast was actually a soft serve ice cream, and it was so good.
Sorry about that noise, but I really like soft serve ice cream. I discovered it like last year, and I'm like all over. Like we don't have soft serve in Boulder. Boulder is
Dude,
too healthy for
this-
that stuff.
That is
Seth
interesting.
Seth
There's
turned me
gotta
on to this soft serve. I'd never had it, but he let Juliana and me try it. It was a maple and coffee like swirl.
Yeah,
So like half maple, half coffee. But the texture was like perfect.
yeah,
Like
Heavenly.
it was awesome.
yeah. And the intensity of the coffee in the coffee one was like, well, I don't know if you saw the sign, but it said it was cold brew, and it like
Oh,
fit that flavor profile pretty well.
Wow.
It was quite good. But I was like, it was like a heat wave. It was like 50 degrees. And so I
Really?
just like
Oh.
was sipping, like we were walking back and just like eating the ice cream. It was definitely like the peak food experience of the trip, I think.
That's good.
In the
I-
middle of December, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. So one last note on Belfast, maybe like Seth, on one of those days when we were running, we brought Arthur, my
Mhm.
son, out for the run. And so people are always hearing me be like, "Oh yeah, it's hard to run as a dad," but like you got to push the stroller, dude, for a mile.
Dude,
what did you think?
It was way harder than I ever thought.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I thought if you push a kid in a stroller, it just rolls along. And I literally started pushing, and I was like, "This thing needs an assist. Like, we need an e-stroller out here," because it was hard, especially when we got to the pea gravel path, dude.
Huh.
It was so hard. And like Adam, I don't know how he did it, but he would push with one arm. And like I've seen, also we like passed a mother and her kid. She was pushing with one arm. I couldn't push with one arm, dude. I couldn't, like, my forearms were getting like,
And you have good
Yo.
arms, to be honest. If you're watching on YouTube,
To
I
be
mean,
fair,
watching on
Seth
YouTube.
has a cut on his hand, so he couldn't push as hard as he
I just
wanted.
noticed.
Yeah,
that. Oh
but-
shit! Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
oh, that's Art, my dog yanked me and I slipped and fell.
Wow.
And hit my
Come on,
I hit my
Fisher.
hand on some concrete, but on like the corner of some stairs. But
It
anyway,
wasn't even running.
but dude, the stroller miles, it's like easily like 30 to 45 seconds a mile slower, I would say. And like
Yes.
it ended up with me like pushing the stroller, but like hunched over, like kind of like dogging, like putting like my body weight on the front of the stroller, just trying to get it up this like 0.2% incline. It was tough. So I have a newfound respect for any parent that pushes their kid for any amount of running. It was crazy. And then Adam ended up taking it over because I was like, I mean, you offered, but I remember thinking like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it.
Hey,
Be able to push
you
the
know,
stroller on the hills on the backside of that.
You're in
that
your big
loop.
training, so I just wanted you to get a little taste for it.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was
I
cool
mean,
to see you push it.
yeah. So I think I think that is probably we were talking about this on that run. That's like pushing a stroller is like the most direct, or like the most realistic version of like dad strength applied.
Yes, it's true.
But
Sounds challenging. That's for sure.
No, Belfast was good. And the other thing is Adam, that maybe is pretty interesting. Adam ended up running all 3 days with me, and not once did you like, were you like, oh, I'm really sore. You're just kind of like, I'm a little tired, a little tired. Other than your
Yeah,
back,
dude.
I feel like your back was always like about to go out or something.
But Carrie Ann helped me with some yoga advice.
Uh-huh.
Cat cows for anyone who has a bad lower
Classic,
back.
yeah.
Those have been helping. But dude, yeah, I mean, it was actually sweet. It was like a little mini like training camp, riding Seth's inspirational fitness, just like on his coattails. So it was fun.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to ask, that I wanted to ask is, what's the deal with the fire? You guys made like a big fire or went to a big fire?
Oh, that was sick. We did not
Dude.
make that.
It was so cool. Okay, so like this was actually on my birthday, which was cool.
Yes.
My birthday was December 15th. So like which was Saturday?
Well,
No, it was
Sunday.
Sunday. It was
Yeah.
Sunday. So like we were just down on the beach and we saw this like huge bonfire and it was like kind of getting to be dusk. And so we're like, oh, let's like walk over there. But we had my son Arthur, and the beach in Maine is super rocky for folks who haven't been here,
It's
the
quite
rocky coast
rocky,
of
yeah.
Maine. So it's pretty slow going. You can't just like run down it like it's a sand beach. So we were like making our way over there. The bonfire's getting big. It's torching. It's like a 15-foot high like bonfire.
Wait, I do have
And,
something to say about that. Like, it did
yeah.
not look. I did not realize how big it was until people started walking up to it, and we're like, I don't know, 200 meters, like 2 football fields away, and like, it's just
I don't think a football field is 100 meters, but okay.
100 yards, whatever. You're like 2 football fields away, dude, and like. All of a sudden, I saw just somebody walk up to it, and you're like, "Holy crap, that thing's huge!"
Huge
So anyway,
bonfire. And probably like 50 people, like not at it, but like at this house and like people going down to it. Anyway, super cool. As we get close to it, like the moon starts rising over the north part of the bay. Like it just starts peeking over the horizon. And all of a sudden, like everyone started going like, oh, like howling at the moon. It was so crazy. Like all these people like across the whole bay started doing it. And so yeah, I don't know that this group of people have a huge bonfire every year on the full moon in December. So like we just happened to like stumble upon that night.
And you have to howl. Did you guys did the wolf
We
thing?
started howling. It's like an instinct. Yeah, I think
I did it.
Arthur was even
Arthur
howling.
did it.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's kind of cool, nice, and scary at the same time. I don't know if I would. I don't know how I would feel. Like, like I would be like feel like scary. I don't know.
No,
What if the people start transforming into wolves? And it's like a thing in Belfast, like everybody turns out that it's a wolf, and if you are not the wolf, then you are the dealer.
shit.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
sounds like a good fantasy story, Moy.
There you go.
Do you think those stories are like 100% fantasy? I don't know, man. People
I don't
seeing drones
Dude.
in New Jersey, wolves in Belfast.
You never know. It could be. But dude, it was sweet, Seth. It was super fun having you out here. And yeah, I don't know. You got to post some of that Belfast content, to the gram. So
Dude,
people
I
can
did.
see.
I did. You're not on
Okay,
the
good.
gram. I did.
It's posted.
This is how you know I'm not on the gram.
It's posted. But
Okay.
I think Carrie Ann took a good photo of the moon rising at that point, because there was also
Oh.
a group of like 4 or 5 people in like a canoe. It was just like, it was the most stereotypical, or like what you would think of if you think of like Maine, because it was like people around a massive fire on the beach, some people in a canoe on the water, the moon rising, and then some lady just goes into the like 33-degree water. It was like chaos. Like it was
Swi- like
it was
to
like
swim?
it was like beautiful. Yeah, she just like dunked in at the full moon.
What?
It was like everything you think of.
Respect.
So this is like a ritual they do for the full moon.
on
Yeah.
in
Okay.
December or something.
for the last
Ah.
350 years.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary though. Well, I mean, in a few years, like you're gonna be so part of the process of the thing, of the
It's true.
ceremony.
I'll be part of the ritual, turning
The-
into a werewolf as
the-
well.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ritual. Yeah.
Like the Adam's like incisors get a little longer.
That's right.
Man, yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Sounds It sounds like it was a
Yeah.
great time. Thank you for sharing it.
It really was.
I
So-
can't remember the next topic because I don't have the notes.
Oh, here I got it.
Dude,
right
we
here.
can bounce around.
Yes.
I don't know. What should we talk about next?
Oh, dude. All right. No, this is a good time for it. Dude. Okay, so this is probably I would say with some confidence, this is probably the last episode we will record this year. And so like I think it's only fitting that we like do a little reflection, like a little Christmas, New Year's
Love it.
reflection on the year. I was noting before the podcast started that like our first episode, we were all like I think the main topic was like how we are this year, like how like what's gonna happen, like what are we looking forward to race wise, like where we're at with sponsorships and calendar and what that looks like at the beginning of the year. And if anybody is at episode 29 and hasn't listened to episode 1, go back and give it a listen. But for some reference, but I think we can kind of do a little reflection on like how we feel that went / what that was like. I kind of want to like start with Moy first because he was fresh to the U.S. scene. You were like fresh from France, about to start your first like kind of
Brand new.
season training in the U.S., racing in the
Fresh
U.S.
boy.
primarily.
Yeah.
How was it? What was if you can think back to January or February, whenever we first recorded, and you compare your expectations from then, how have they changed? Or like, how has your opinion of the U.S. racing and everything changed?
So is that if I were to do like a year recap, I feel so much tired right now than how I felt a year ago. I don't know if it's because I'm a year older or like I'm just much more busy this end of the year. This December is kind of a tough one. But besides that, I guess I had very high expectations, as always, and I have high expectations for next year. I set up to do 3 like longer races, meaning 100K or more. Out of those 3, 1 was a DNF, but that wasn't in the US. That was in Europe. 1 was like it started as a good day and didn't end up as a good day, which was Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, it was Puerto Vallarta, and that was a decent day. So I don't know. I mean, okay, so first American full North American season, I will say. I didn't race much actually. I guess
Okay, that I feel like you, from my perspective, you race like average amount of times.
yeah. I didn't
Okay.
race like much like Francesco Pupi racing.
Yeah, he's racing.
You know,
He
like
races a
every
lot.
other weekend.
Yeah.
But I didn't also race like once. Something very cool, and what I really recollect is a bunch of great memories from the year. Just like the memories are just like it was a very good year in terms of that. Like of course, like imagining all the runs together with you guys, the trips we did. I mean, how much fun we had when we went to Big Alta to kick off the season. That was like great. Like the amount of like trash talking that we had with Matt, like it was insane. You know, like I remember the night before the race, Matt was like, "I'm not gonna run. Like I don't have my shoes," and I was like doing push-ups just to like bother him.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You know, like that was like so cool. You know, and like we got to celebrate Arthur's birthday, and
yeah.
and just hang out, and then like we got to see like Jay doing the 25K, you know,
Yes.
which is massive, and then like Kirsten went and like tried to follow and then got lost and barely made it to the finish line. So like it was like such a cool weekend of just like nice adventures. And that race specifically was such a good reality check and like kick on my teeth and all of that. Like we started like I felt good actually. And I think it was a decent race until it wasn't. But like we started running hard and then it just got harder and it was a fast such a good race honestly. Like I have great memories of falling in the because one of the downhills or the first downhill was like very muddy, so I slip into I was like second or third. I was like feeling good. This is in the beginning, and I fell into the ground, and I as I am falling and sliding in the mud, like Matt proceeds to pass me, and he's just like, "Hey," and he just like freaking drops me, and it's like that's just hilarious, you know. Like all of those experiences are like a lot of fun, dude.
That's what happens when you talk a lot of shit before a race.
Karma
comes back to bite you.
We are tied this year, though.
That's
we
true.
are tied.
That's
We're
true.
tied.
I was so bummed I wasn't there. Like I
Oh.
remember being in Canaria, like being like, "This is cool," but I wish I was in wherever the heck in California that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good time.
It was a great time. So I have a lot of good memories. That race was an amazing race. Then I went to Chile, came back, and then I guess my next race was Canyon. I actually felt decent, but then, dude, if there is something that I have learned is the importance of developing the capacity of running at a high pace for a while in order to compete here, which then I was able to do at Leadville. But yeah, I think that's very important. So a lot of lessons, a lot of learning, and a lot of good times. My takeaways are like just those good times, you know, like the couple of trips we did, like the trip to Canyon. That was like
That was
so
a fun
cool.
trip. Yeah.
You know, the Airbnb was sick and just hanging out there and
Yeah.
dude,
Dude, that trip's sick.
that was amazing, dude.
It also
honestly.
it lives in infamy for it lives on YouTube.
Really?
Right. Yeah, we
Yeah, there's a
videoed
little
lot of it.
video on
Yeah.
YouTube of that trip. I watch it
What?
like probably
What?
most of the views of it because I watch it most of the time and it's like was so fun.
It was a good one.
It's a good one.
What video?
I don't even know about
Well,
this.
if you go, if you go to our YouTube channel,
Go to
It's on there.
You gotta
It's like one
subscribe
of
to the
5.
YouTube channel.
I mean,
Go
dude,
subscribe.
that was such a good trip. Like it was fun. Yeah, just hanging out with you guys and then like racing and then I don't know, hanging out again. It was Matt's birthday
yeah, I
over that
remember.
weekend.
Yeah, that's right. That's
weekend,
right.
I remember.
Yeah.
That was fun.
it's like I also remember the 2 days before the race, we went for a couple of runs and it was like pouring raining.
Just pouring.
And,
yeah.
and we were doing strides and it was like pouring rain
Yeah.
and cold.
cold. Yeah.
And then the race is the total opposite.
yeah.
Yeah.
100 degrees.
We were also staying like in this like the coolest house, the coolest Airbnb, like an hour away from the
From
hour
Melbourne,
away
yeah.
from like anywhere we needed to be, which was actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
It was like pretty
We were by ourselves.
pretty secluded.
And I will never forget. So Matt and I did the 100K. Well, we both started the 100K. And I remember us driving. Matt was driving this like boat basically. It's like a Suburban. I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of car it was.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning, no cars. We're like cruising through the highway in this like massive vessel, listening to lo-fi music, and it was like so like such a pre-race vibe, dude.
Yeah,
That was
a lot
pretty
of
cool.
fun. What so with your first year doing like predominantly American races, what was the biggest difference you think between like the American racing scene and racing in Europe? Was there like something that really stands out to you, or anything
Yeah.
you learned that was like you think that like made a big difference?
Yeah, well, running like races in the US are running races. You know, like you gotta run.
Yeah.
It's like you're running 50K in 4 hours or less, or you're running a marathon in 3 hours and a half, or 100K in 8 hours. So there is vert, but like for example, the California carpet, it is true. You know, so you gotta really, and that's probably why I was so tired right now at the end of the year, and like kind of after Puerto Vallarta, I had a little niggle, maybe a little bit of an injury, but I think it's just like the overloading of like some muscles that I have been using to run faster than what I normally do through the whole year. So it's just like running races here are just very runnable, which is very hard because your heart rate is always up there.
It's elevated the whole time.
Yeah. So when you are doing a European 50K, I guess, you do have the capacity of recovering your heart rate on the downhills. Even if you're moving at a decent pace, you can. But here, like in canyons, you have like 2 minutes of downhill and then like you have to go back up, So I think that's a massive difference, something that I have to train and like learn how to sustain. So that's a big difference, I guess. But and then the level of competition is good. It's like kind of like the same level that you see in Europe, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's very inspiring.
Moy, I know you're stuck here now in America, but like which one did you prefer? Like, do you like this style? Or does your heart yearn for Europe?
I mean, I don't think I have like. I mean, I think the mountainous or like steep races with more vert suit me better. Just because I'm not like I didn't grow up I didn't have like track and field or like, I don't have a running background, right? So I started running on my early 20s. Yeah, so I never developed that capacity of running very well, very fast, or being very efficient, or like that sort of thing. So I don't consider myself like a great runner. So I guess those kind of races suit me better. But I enjoy them all. I mean, which is funny because I'm considering doing canyons again.
Oh, the
Dude,
100K.
let's go.
So I don't know, like just because I also like want some redemption and like pace myself a little better, and I think European races or mountainous races suit me better. Like I would perform probably better at a UTMB than at Western States, but I like them both. Yeah,
Dude, I think you can be pretty or quite successful at either version, or like mountainous or flat. Like me and Adam were talking about this, I think over the weekend, and we remember that run that we all did. Do you remember that run we all did? Where like I think me and Moy and Drew met Adam and Matt coming down from
Yeah. Adam and I started at his house
from
and met you guys in the
Old
canyon.
Stage, and like we do, I don't know, this loop, and we're going back up this like super runnable hill, and like I'm out the back,
Well,
Adam's
it's
out
Old
the
Stage
back.
Road. It's like
It's Old Stage
you
Road,
know,
yeah.
It's steep but runnable.
It's a road, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're out the back and Moy's just like up the road.
I mean,
with
fine.
Matt and Drew pushing it.
Yeah,
up
with
the
Matt
climb.
Drew pushing it, which was like, I don't know. I remember Adam looked at me and was like, dude, Moy's going to win something. And you very nearly
Yeah.
did.
I
You
won your
very
heart.
nearly did, dude.
I won your heart.
You only got outkicked at Leadville.
I think that's the moment we decided you were going to be a Boulder Boy. I remember talking
That was
with the guys,
moment.
and it was like, that's it. Like that was the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Okay, and I just wanted to be clear of something. I appreciate that, guys. I love you all. You don't become a Boulder Boys based on only performance.
Correct.
It's true.
Correct.
It's a friendship, and we're friends that happen to run together.
It was the cherry on top.
But
Yeah.
this was
Yeah.
like kind of the click moment, like, he can also hang. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few little secrets we
Well,
won't give out.
Yeah. There's some secrets. That's a good point. We did have
We had standards.
we had standards, and
Absolutely.
There's
if-
secret standards.
They're secret standards, and Moy met them, and then that was like the moment we just all talked about it out loud.
Yeah.
I think.
We did the initiation ceremony.
Yeah. Which we can't disclose, but
We can't.
I still have some things on my ear from it.
still some scars from that.
Mental and physical, yeah. Dude, I remember that run. That was great. I think we did something the day before too. Like we did that was like a big week because
big
you
weekend.
were not working that week.
I think we
I was not
we
working
climbed
that week.
green in the snow the day before.
That was.
Do you remember that?
I
And we
think
kind of
so.
hammered it up. You and I hammered that.
You
climb.
guys drove my soul on that climb up to green. I remember that.
That was your
And
first summit of green.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And you guys were like flying up, and I was like,
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I was just like dying.
Yeah, I'm getting confused on which runs these were,
But,
but
this is a
I
week
believe
that
it.
you were fully off,
I
and you
remember
did
that
you
week.
did 100 miles
I remember,
that week.
dude, I hit that 109
or 109.
Don't forget that 9,
I'm
dude.
sorry. But we
or
we
7.
were,
I
yeah,
can't
we-
actually remember.
I think your dog Fisher's trying to talk to us here.
Dude, he's probably so. I think Fisher is so confused why we're talking and nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is what happens.
Just
If,
sitting there looking at us, just
Yeah.
like talking.
no,
Yeah.
he's all right. He's
Yeah.
all right.
But just to wrap, like for me personally, great year, balance out. I'm happy, and a lot of learnings. Like one big learning: you can't work the whole week and then pretend to, like, you can't be working on your feet in a freaking running fair the whole week and pretend to like race in the weekend. It doesn't go well.
Mhm.
You gotta keep working on your speed and like running economy, and also like just being able to run more American races. I'm very motivated to do American races or more races here. But yeah, like very good year, honestly. And I am excited about the adventures that we have coming. Maybe, in February, we're gonna have a full team trip. Like I'm like really dreaming about that. So
Dude,
balance, positive, and I am very thankful
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah.
So you guys are the highlight for sure.
Dude. Wait, Moyer, you signed up for the Black Canyon? 50K?
I did email.
Okay.
I email Jubilee.
Okay.
Nice.
We should hear back.
Yeah.
Actually, I did hear back. I didn't mention anything.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna touch base on that. It's okay. I will figure it out. The worst case scenario.
She's like, hey, Moy, great to hear from you. Hope you're doing well.
Bye.
Oh, I love it. Dude, she'll get back to you. I was worried she wouldn't get back to me. And then she did,
You're
so
signed up
I'm signed up for
for the 100K.
Yes,
100,
100K.
yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do the 100K. I mean, it makes no sense to me.
We appreciate that.
But I was listening to the podcast of Fran with Zach Miller
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
in the Vert Run podcast. And Zach is thinking about doing a Black Canyons.
Canyons. I heard that. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would love to race Zach in Canyons.
be great.
Yeah, dude.
He can be very
we-
good at-
I guess Fran on the Vert Run podcast outed it. But we might be like the second podcast outlet to mention that ever.
Oh,
That's like a
Probably.
big announcement.
it is a massive announcement.
Yeah, Zach Miller can't. Does that mean he's gonna run states?
Well, he said it's a
Not the-
possibility.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I didn't.
there's a
listen
lot
to-
depending
I didn't
on
listen to
But
Well,
Well, dude,
I don't say I'm not gonna run states.
dude, people should go listen to the Vert Run podcast.
That's right. Hear
Yeah.
it for yourself.
Yeah, he says that it's actually it's very funny because they like I love them both and they're both great friends, but Zach and Fran sometimes they go in circles in how they talk.
yeah, that podcast was way longer than it needed to be.
they say three things. It took them 2.5 hours. So
I
it's
mean-
like it's pretty cool. Like I just like that's how they are. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like very fun.
That's so funny.
Oh, I love
I mean,
it.
dude, I think our longest episode is still the one we had Zach on.
Well,
Probably.
I think it was. I think it was.
he shows up with this voice. You remember? Like when he was doing the voice, like, hey,
Yeah, dude, I forgot which episode that is.
go find it. Go find it.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Oh, that's funny. It
Good year, guys.
was a good year.
Good memories.
Matt, do you have any reflections?
Oh man.
You had a pretty
Yeah.
pretty good year, I'd say.
It was an interesting year. So this was my first year trail running without a sponsorship. So
Yeah.
it kind of allowed me to just do whatever I was feeling like doing, pretty much. And
Real blue collar out here.
dude, it was fun. Like the beginning of the year, I just raced a lot and just kind of I trained through everything and just sent it. Like it was fun. I didn't really care what the results were, and lo and behold, when you don't care, you run better. So and then I started caring about results and getting in certain races, and lo and behold, started running like shit. And so, the second half of the year was not so good. First half of the year was awesome, but I learned a lot from it, and I'm like stoked to build upon all that into 2025. I'm actually like, so I'm still not sponsored. That's a whole nother podcast, but
I think that was a plug. He's not sponsored yet. For anybody listening who is somebody or knows somebody.
So you can call us at 1-800 Boulder Boys and start flooding us with offers.
Yeah.
Just
Or
text Matt at 1-800.
Yeah. But it's allowed me to kind of, again, build a schedule that I want to do. And I think, so last year, the focus was like around some shorter races and running fast and doing stuff I know I'm good at. And this year, it's going to be a good mix, I think. But like, I think the key races, if I don't get into Western states, the key races are going to be more around some mountain running and just having fun with it, not like worrying about, like trying to perform a certain way, just kind of like embracing it and getting good at it. Kind of like more like you were saying, like you're excited to do more like American racing and getting good at kind of that style of running. And something I want to get better at is mountain racing for longer distances. And so, I'll probably just keep swinging at those for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that'll look like. UTMB, Run Rabbit, Tushers, who knows? But
yeah, we have been
fun.
texting a lot about that.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to get better at American races. Doesn't mean that I will do it all of this year, because I also really probably want to go back to UTMB.
Yeah.
That being said,
this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully. That being said, dude, how you were racing in the beginning of the year, it was just mind blowing. Like such a good quality and level of performance. Yeah. All the way until
Canyons,
actually.
It was weird. I mean, like it was crazy because I was still fit.
You are so fit.
I don't know if it wasn't a fitness thing. It was definitely just, I think,
food and nerves.
Outside things. Yeah. Other things getting in the way. But that's how it goes. So lots to reflect on, but also just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. I'm enjoying it. So doing it for me.
What was your favorite memory, race related, of the year?
Oh man, that's tough.
When I passed you at Sears and all.
Yeah, dude, that was my least favorite memory. Sears and all was oh man, I don't know. I enjoyed running with you at Canyons more for the first half. Enjoyed watching Katie Shy just fly by me while I was vomiting. But I think
I almost hit her with your vomit.
Big Alta was fun, but it was also like that was a really hard race. Like I kind of just ran above my fitness level at the time for that, and the wheels definitely came off. But I was able to kind of hold it together. So that was a fun one. But I think my favorite memory was Chuck and I, and not to sound selfish or anything, but I just went out there by myself and like explored Bellingham for the first time and just kind of like went and like just like hung out in the bay like by myself, and then like had this epic duel with Fran. That was fun. I haven't like raced and battled like that in a really long time, and so I think that's probably one of my favorite memories was that trip. Just kind of like embracing that fact that I was like really doing it for me. So that was fun. Yeah.
Dude, that's good to hear. I think that's like at least 3 of us here will give our +1 vote for Chuckanut.
Yeah.
It's like
it's weird to say that about
race.
a race like you don't win, but like Gorge should be up there, but it was just Gorge felt like I was just going through the motions, you know?
Yeah.
But like Chuckanut it was a good time.
Chuckanut has that thing. It has that like vibe.
I think
or something.
You know what I think it is about Chuckanut? I don't know if it's Chuckanut itself or the weeks after when Fran came to Boulder and we were all just hanging out and running. I feel like I'm associating those memories with Chuckanut, like all kind of grouped. Like that whole month of like March and early April this year was a blast. I had a really good time.
That was a good time. Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, that was a very good time. I mean, you and Fran and me like doing Gold Hill.
Yeah, that was a great little run.
And then like grabbing like a sandwich and recording, the path.
Yeah.
Right after.
Dude, I still remember watching that run from the car and being like, I'm so glad I'm not out there.
I also
Uh,
remember that run and being like, I'm glad I wasn't.
I will never forget when like Matt said like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna run freely," and Adam
Run
right away,
freely.
no, I'm not joining, guys. I don't want to run freely tomorrow.
Dude, every time I've done Gold Hill since, I've like thought about that and been like, yeah, I couldn't have kept up. Like I'd have just been, I'd have turned around.
It was
For
fun.
sure.
Remember we almost got hit by that car?
Yeah,
Dude, I think that's on video somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
we can get past we can get past that.
Matt's getting
yeah.
fired up
Yeah.
already just thinking about it.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Seth, what about you, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had like the worst possible race year, but probably like the funnest running year of my life, for sure. Like the results were so bad that like it's actually like it's embarrassing to the point that it's like no longer, or like they were so bad to the point that it's no longer embarrassing. Like it was just kind of like, yeah, that was bad. Like dude, like I mean, Canaria was like messed up. I had an okay. My best race, I was like very injured during it and going into it, which was canyons. Yeah, I don't know, man. I forgot Broken Arrow is just like I just forgot about all of it, you know? Like I think actually like one of my favorite race memories was Sears and all because of how comical it was and how like just absurd the whole race was for me, like from a how I was running standpoint to how sleepy we were like the
Dude,
day of,
what?
and
That was wild.
by the time the race was over, I was wide awake, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I think it was the
Well, I'm
jet
glad
lag.
you were.
By the like just everything about that part, particularly that part of the European trip, was like very fun and very like, you know, I feel like anybody who gets to go to travel anywhere, whether it's like Europe for a race or just like to a new town, like the first 24 hours are sometimes some of the best, you know? And so for the Europe stint, like the first 24 to 48 hours was like so comically fun, but also like the jet lag and then like how good and bad runs felt, and then the race was like so bad, but then it was fun just hanging out after. Like our uh dietitian and friend Vic was there. Like it was just super fun to like hang out and yeah, I don't know. Still, I think that was probably one of my favorite race experiences of the year. But generally, like other than that, my only complaint for the year is that it went by too quick, which usually means you're having a good time. So and running like I think the one thing I keep coming back to is like the races were bad, but like running itself has always stayed good through the whole year. So I think it's always been fun. I don't know.
Dude, I feel like you took a bunch of like pretty big swings this year and like traveled to different places. I'm curious like what part of your running or psychology do you think like you grew in the most?
Dude, the thing I grew in the most, like from from like how I think about races at the moment, is like I think Canaria, I went into it like because I've trained, because I'm fitter than I've ever been, so I thought, and maybe it was true, means I'm gonna race well, and that's just not the case. Like I think all year I felt like the way I felt about my fitness didn't actually translate to the race. So then I feel like the mindset shift I hopefully have taken from it is like maybe like a more relaxed mindset on like my expectations, but also like maybe like a more in maybe like I think about it more and like I'm gonna go to this race and give it everything that I have on the day and not get caught up in results or how I thought it was gonna go. I don't actually know. I feel like I could flip flop back and forth on that. Actually, like I don't have it figured out, but I do think now in training, I definitely am like getting less caught up on if my workout was good or not, because like it didn't feel like it made a difference this year in race wise. So, I don't know. But it was a fun year. It was a fun year. Like all the memories. Like, yeah, I feel like one of my favorite race weekend memories was Black Canyon coming down to Crew Adam.
Dude,
like,
yes, that was so much
I
fun.
think we just like it was just like when we talked about it on the pod before, but it was fun not racing and just like laughing probably like 90% of the whole thing and being like, what
Yeah.
is this? Like,
Black Canyon is a good place for laughs, you know.
yeah, definitely trying to take that same energy into this year. Just laugh my way through 100Ks, hopefully.
Love it.
Where are you at, Adam?
Yeah.
How? What are some reflections you got?
Yeah. Dude, I feel like you're in like a completely different spot, both physically, obviously in
Yes.
Belfast, but then
Well,
you were in the
it's
first
so
episode.
funny. It's so funny because like when we were recording our first pod last year, I was like, I think I was getting ready for Black Canyon. It must have been, right? It was kind of like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna do that.
Dude,
Getting ready
Black
for
Canyon. On the flight to Black Canyon, I released episode 2.
it. Okay.
So it would have been like
so
the week before.
From the pilot like cockpit.
Exactly. Yeah, I should have been flying the plane, but instead, I'm just kidding. I'm not a pilot.
yeah. So that was the season I was in. But you know, it's really funny. This is kind of like skipping ahead for a second here, but I actually signed up today for the Black Canyon 50K. So I'm also getting ready for Black Canyon now.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm gonna raise
That's
your boy.
mega.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
big. Well, how can we like
Big
celebrate
news.
this?
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah. So I will also be at Black Canyon in February.
Oh,
Dude,
shoot.
but it's
my
funny.
mind is just blown right
I don't
now.
know if I'm gonna sign up now. I'm getting a little scared. I'm getting a little bit scared here.
It's funny
Oh
though,
my
because
God.
like back then I was getting ready for the 100K and was kind of like maybe I can get a golden ticket again. And just to be pretty honest, like I had a weird fall. Like I hadn't trained much. Like being a dad was like consuming more of my focus. I had started a new job. Like I was pretty like stressed, like life stress. And but I was just like forcing the training. Like I had this little like flame that got lit that Matt will remember that I won't share on the pod, but it's like, you know what? I'm getting ready for this race and I will be ready in February. And I just like looking back on it, I feel like I was kind of like going in for some reason, like going into that whole race, that whole build was kind of like running on fumes, or like the foundation wasn't there. Like my dad had a heart attack in the build up, like, but I just kept forcing it and pushing it and like got to race day and it was like I had like no energy or desire to race and didn't have a good race. And so that's how my season kind of like started. And pretty much how it ended. Like I don't think I raced anymore.
I wanted to say that, like, but I was expecting for you to do it.
Yeah. So like that was the first and last race of my year. And like honestly, like it's been pretty interesting. Like this year for me has been like a year of like discovery for like growing into like my job and like growing as a dad and like rediscovering like my relationship with running and being an athlete and the role or importance that like running plays in my life. And so I don't know, it's probably been pretty obvious, like I've like leaned pretty far out of running just in part because of the circumstances, but like also just like I feel like I didn't have the energy to like commit to myself, you know, like and running has always brought me a lot of joy, but I feel like I didn't have time, or like I wasn't giving myself the gift of time to like engage with it. So I don't know, like I didn't race anymore, and I'm not going to be a pro heading into 2025 anymore. So like super grateful for Saucony for like the support that they gave to me over the last 3 years. Like it's kind of like the way I'm feeling at the end of this year is like reflective and grateful. Like Saucony and First Endurance like supported me for the last several years, and like that's been really great. And believe it or not, Matt, maybe you can relate to this. Like heading into this next year, 2025, like I've got a couple races like in mind that I'm really excited about, and not being pro like doesn't matter to me. Like I'm so grateful to have had that experience, and like if I get sponsored again someday, that's cool, but like it's not like I feel sad or less than as a runner because I don't have a sponsorship. It doesn't matter. But like I don't know, I'm like super excited for seeing what I can do at Black Canyon 50K, like from like a fresh kind of like perspective. I don't know, it's like for some reason, Seth, like having you here for these few days, like, and seeing where you're at in your running, like I guess kind of like reignited like curiosity in myself of like what I can go do. And it won't, I can almost promise it won't be a PR in the 50K, but like I don't know, like it's still really exciting for some reason, which is cool. Maybe hopefully inspirational to anyone who is maybe not at the peak of their powers right now, or whatever, but like I don't know, I'm looking forward to it, for hanging out with you guys in February, like kind of to Moy's point, like we had some great times at races this year, and so looking forward to more of that, and just like I don't know, like re-engaging with like Adam the runner, like moving into next year. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Dude, that's awesome. We're excited.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I think it's always running's a weird thing, man. I'm like, I've been doing it for over 25 years now, and I'm like, it's weird because I understand where you're at. Like, I've been through those ebbs and flows, and it's a really fun place to be. Like, there's like no pressure on it, but you're also like the curiosity is just so heightened that I don't know. It feels like kind of a new beginning, which is cool. So I'm stoked for you, man.
Seth and I were talking about you while he was out here, and how like I was saying like, man, dude, like Matt did take like a straight up year off of running when your heel was really bad. You just like didn't run. You'd like kind of try, and then you like had to keep resting. And I remembered like, dude, you came back like so fast. Somehow it was like I had that one run of glory where I dropped you, and then it like never happened again.
I'll never forget that run.
Me neither.
That was something else. But yeah,
but I mean, it's cool.
Dude, it comes back. Like I think the first time I ever experienced that was when I was in the Navy and took like 2 years off, and then went back to school and started running collegiately. And yeah, like of course, like the first month or two is like pretty rough, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, here it is again. And so I think when you bank miles for so many years, and you have that base fitness, it comes back so quick, man. And then it's like riding a bike, you just don't forget how to do it. So
dude, one thing I wanted to say, like speaking of the bike and the feeling, like one thing that I was reminded of this weekend when I was riding my bike watching Seth was like that feeling of fitness and like effortlessness. Like watching Seth run was like, dude, I miss that feeling. Like when you're out of shape, you just don't get it, like regardless of how fast you're running. And like I don't know, Matt, like to that point, it's like I'm excited for like when I fully tap back into that. It's like I did a little workout today, like a 10 by 1 minute, and I did kind of like I kind of felt it a little bit, but it's like I don't know, it's cool to feel it start coming back, or like think about what it's going to feel like when it comes back.
Dude, that's awesome.
Dude, so you sign up for Black Canyon when right into doing a workout. This is on
ready.
That's right.
This is so exciting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm stoked you're gonna like be racing and be out there.
Yeah.
I think the pool party has to happen.
Yeah, the Boulder Boys pool party.
What's the weather looking like?
It doesn't even matter.
I mean, what's it like in February? I can't remember. It was cold for your race.
It's
Wasn't it?
muddy, dude.
It was
Yeah,
cold
it
and
was like
muddy.
snowing.
But dude,
Yep.
a pool party can happen no matter what.
Is it heated?
I didn't get that spot, so we
Oh.
can look for a heated spot.
Okay, but you got a pool. Oh, you haven't gotten a spot.
I haven't
yet.
booked anything.
We have to
yet.
book
That was
something
an
TBD
idea.
on the
That's
spot.
right.
TBD on the spot.
TBD on the
Okay.
spot.
If you want to participate on the pool party, DM us, and we may
That
send
would-
out some
Yeah,
invitations.
we'll have to have some kind of sign up sheet, or maybe
Yeah.
maybe Lever will sponsor it somehow or
Oh,
something.
a Lever sponsored pool party. If it's
You
at
gotta-
an Airbnb, I think our Airbnb license might get revoked or
Yeah.
something.
That's okay. We carry a
Check
new
with it.
account afterwards. No,
but
we won't do it. On
be
an
so
Airbnb.
fun. But dude, okay, all going to Black Canyon. That's the
Sick.
highlight of 2025 already.
That's gonna be so fun.
That's right.
Yeah, Drew's coming down
Cool.
to crew.
Is Drew
I believe.
racing?
No.
just
No,
Drew.
Yeah.
I think just crewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah, it's gonna be cool. I have to sign up for the 50K. I also like I want to do it just like as a test and like a long effort kind of thing. I don't know how. Like I'm feeling.
Wait, Moise, is this the first time we're gonna race?
Yeah, I was just wondering that.
Damn.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's go.
All right,
Dude-
man. I can't wait for this smack talk.
Dude, we should start taking
Bring it on.
We
you
should
know?
start taking bets, man.
Dude, I think this is the last straw. I think all
Yeah.
of us have raced every configuration
Yeah,
except for just
Yeah.
you and
yeah,
You
yeah.
and
We
Adam.
race at CCC technically.
technically.
Have I raced Drew?
Oh,
I don't think I have.
you don't think you've raced Drew?
Maybe he should sign up for the 50K and then we do it all.
Oh,
Oh,
That's a good
wow.
point, dude. I don't think you have raced Drew.
yeah. I don't think I have.
Okay, so we're
Taking one more off.
one
Taking
more off. Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be.
that'll
But
be
something
sweet.
that I wanted to just. I was thinking. Well, Ted was talking to. It's like, it is crazy how you can feel the fittest and be like so fit and so strong, and not being able to like just show that at a race. Maybe it's related with just putting pressure on ourselves about like, hey, like I'm so good, so I should perform. Versus sometimes you don't know if you're really fit, and you like show up and you just give it a try, with maybe much less expectations, and things just really click.
Usually that's how it goes.
It's
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah,
you know.
that is crazy. I remember that is how it was at Big Alta. Adam and I went on a run. Like, was it the day before?
The day-
2 days before.
Yeah.
And you were like, so you think you're gonna run? And I was like, no, there's no way I'm gonna run. My foot, my foot is messed up. I was like, I didn't even bring my racing shoes. And you're like, dude, I think you should run. And so I
There I
ran.
went.
And like, I mean, I got my ass whooped by Eli, but
By the
and
Wha-
Darren,
by the
but-
Whopper.
by the Whopper.
Oh, that's right.
But-
Whopper.
But
Oh my
it turned out
gosh.
way better than what I thought it would have. So
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, that's true.
Like
Cool.
no expectations, no like, I don't know. So that's me thinking about like going into Black Canyon. It's kind of like chill. It's gonna be a good experience. A good experience no matter what.
Heck yeah.
I mean, dude, it'll be a fun trip. Even
It's
if
gonna be fun seeing you guys race, and then like hanging out, and then because the 50K is on Sunday, right?
Yes.
And then it's like it will
then
be the
us-
50K, and
yeah.
then Sunday afternoon,
Sunday night afternoon pool party.
we're gonna be like, it's
Yes.
gonna be.
I don't know if I don't know if we can pull it off at the pool party, but like, I don't know. Whenever we throw our like official Boulder Boys party, we have to do like cortados presented by Seth. For all the
Dude,
people.
Yeah,
Maybe we
yeah.
could get that we can call in at that coffee shop in Phoenix and have like a Boulder Boys cortado.
Futuro.
Yeah, Futuro, and get
Hey,
a like
Lever,
a little,
sponsor that, dude. That would be
Dude.
sick.
That'd be great.
You know who would sponsor that? Something like that? Satisfy. That's like right up their aesthetic alley.
That's
I'm
true.
not,
would.
we're not talking about Satisfy anymore.
Yikes, never mind. We can cut that part out.
Yeah. Well, Vert can try to do something.
Dude, vert
I don't know.
run times
Yeah.
by Futuro. That would be, or Futuro by vert run would be.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
are freeing
Yes.
up. We are freeing up a lot of marketing budget. Did your dog just like farted like very? What?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's looking at
I think
you.
he has to go to the bathroom. Like, he like just drop a bomb next to me. I hope it's the dog and no one of you guys.
It wasn't me.
Anyways, dude, we can do a party in. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But we can do a party in the coffee shop. It will be sick. It will be. We could record a live episode, pre-race live
Ooh.
episode.
Oh,
That'd be
fun.
sick.
Yeah.
a futuro.
That would be fun.
At
Pre or
Futuro?
maybe a debrief would be better, so it doesn't like add to anyone's nerves.
Mm.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I agree.
Imagine rolling
Yeah.
up to Futuro with like this setup and immediately dropping the price of the coffee by like $3 too.
Dude,
Oh,
so
man.
exciting.
All right. Dude, that was a good recap. Do we have time for one voice memo?
We have
Definitely.
time. We start recording like within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
in.
Oh,
We
really?
have plenty of time. This is our final episode of the year too. We can
All
run
right,
a
what-
Yeah,
little
we're
more.
just over an hour.
Yeah. What else do we have in
Wait, dude.
Uh,
While
on my
Seth
phone.
is like, or if we're finding like a voice memo or whatever, dude, let me share this quick anecdote about this
Oh.
piece of pottery.
Yeah, dude, I
that
was
I
just
just-
about to
Oh,
ask
yeah.
you because I saw some pictures on our text link about some
Yes.
pottery. So
Okay, so for anyone watching
Look at that.
the video, and if you're not, go subscribe to the Boulder Boys YouTube channel. This is a cup that I just finished making in my Clay One pottery class here in Belfast. And it took like 5 weeks to make this cup. It's like a little coffee cup. But it turned out really awesome. And I don't have any like experience making pottery, but it was pretty interesting. My wife Jay and I were walking back, and we each had like, I had my cup, she had a bowl that she made, and we were reflecting. And I think this is like relevant for our listeners because like my cup turned out well. It took 5 weeks. You know, it's like you like throw it on the wheel, you let it dry out, you like do all these steps, and you glaze it, and you fire it again, and then you get your cup. And she did a bowl, and we did all the same steps. We were both like having so much fun in the process of making our item. And then like her glaze like didn't turn out how she wanted it to. Like it still looks really cool, but her glaze like it just like wasn't what she was envisioning, and she was like bummed, you know. And we were like talking about it, and it was like I was struck by how similar that was to like running. How it's like you can like be having so much fun with your friends and enjoying the process and like loving how it feels to get fit and like imagining what you're going to get on race day, and then you like don't get it even despite your best preparations, and it's like disappointing. But I don't know, I was like looking at it from the outside, like looking at Julianne, I was like, this bowl is awesome, this is so great. And like it shouldn't take away from like you didn't do anything wrong, you know, like I glazed it the same way, and like mine turned out cool and yours didn't. And it's like there's some amount of like magic or luck or serendipity I feel like in running and pottery that's like, I don't know, affects the final outcome, you know.
Yeah,
dude, that's
Yeah.
so true.
that is a really
Yeah.
good analogy. And it would be a bummer to let something that's like maybe out of your hands affect how you like your entire outlook on like an entire trip or like
Yeah.
a
Yes.
run or
Well,
like a
or a
race or
race or
whatever.
something.
I feel like what probably makes the pottery like special for you guys is like you guys getting to go out together and do it, you know,
Exactly.
have your time together without the kids, whatever, and spend that time together and do it. And that's kind of a lot like how it is with us and running. I mean,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
even just this podcast. Like, you know, we
Yeah.
get together for this podcast and a run, and you know, at the end of the day, who gives a shit how the race results turn out? Of course, we wanted them to be good, but like the magic comes from like, yeah, getting to do all this together and have a good time. So do that. That's great.
100%.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
The yeah, like all the time spent running or like time spent hanging out is way more enjoyable than like, I don't know, winning something.
It's fun to
Yes.
win though,
It is fun to win.
and we're gonna
Like
win
it's
in
fun. It's fun
2025.
when your mug comes out perfect.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
it
it's-
was also pretty fun, probably for Jay,
true.
the entire process of making the bowl.
It's true. Also, one thing I just thought of that I don't think we've done this yet on like the Boulder Boys pod, but like, dude, I want to thank God, I can't remember his name, but it was the guy last time who left a voice memo that was like, he's also a dad, and he was saying like how
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know if
from-
you guys
from
remember his name
Canada.
off the top.
I can't remember his name off the top. I could find him. But
Canada.
It's okay. But maybe
Yeah.
we'll pull it up if we can find it. But he was reflecting about how he was a dad and how like for him, he feels like running like makes him show up as a better dad, and like everyone has a different balance. And so I've like thought about what he said like many times since that episode, and like I don't know, like I just wanted to thank him and all of our listeners, but that guy in particular for like calling in and leaving that memo. Like it, I don't know, like has influenced my thinking about like being a dad and how running makes me a better person. and it kind of reminded me of that. And I was literally in the pottery class today. We had a little bit of time left, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like try to make 2 more cups. And I've been having trouble like centering the clay on the wheel. And I worked out this morning, which I haven't done in a long time running.
Mm-hmm.
And when I sat down to like, after a very busy, really stressful work day, nonetheless, when I sat down to like center the clay, it was like effortless. And like after 4 weeks of like not being able to center the clay, it was just like centered, and it was like dialed. And I did 2 cups, and it was like, dude, I feel like the mind and body connection is like better because I ran. You know, I've been running. And so like, I don't know. I was just like grateful to that guy for like leaving that voice memo. It helped me out.
Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, thank you to, I don't know his name, but you know who you are.
Yeah,
And
you
also,
know
like,
who you are.
it looks like pottery make you wiser. You know,
Yeah,
you're like
That's
maybe.
true. That's
So,
true.
Or at least
And-
more hydrated.
yeah. Are you drinking a little water in your?
It's water. It's water.
Good.
Nice. It looks very nice. Dude. Kirsten is also doing pottery, and it's very cool. She came back to the house with some things today, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, you have to demo. Maybe the next one we can show the listeners what she made.
I mean, yeah, I can't take credit for it, but yeah, she made a bunch of things. Like she brought like 6 or 8 coffee cups today.
Whoa.
Yeah, she has
Amazing.
like a production company over there.
You gotta send me a picture.
Yeah, I can. When I think they're ready. Some of them are ready. Yeah.
It's
Anyways,
impressive.
very, very inspired by you guys.
Yeah.
Dude, do we have a voice memo lined up?
Oh, we do have a voice.
Do we
memo.
have okay? And then we will do like next year plans or races and ideas like in the
Oh.
first of the year episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Should
can do that.
Or should we do them now? I don't know.
I mean, you have
No?
okay. So you say that you have a couple of races in mind that are inspiring you. So I imagine one
Yeah.
is Black Canyon 50K.
Yeah.
What would be the other one?
Dude, the other one, and I'm almost I'll probably sign up before I go to bed tonight. I think I'm gonna do Canyon's 50K as well.
Let's
Wow.
go.
Are we all going back?
All
out
right,
there?
I think I have to go. I mean, if Adam is going, Seth is going, I think I'm gonna go.
We're just all gonna travel as a pack.
I swore I
right,
would
dude.
never do it again.
I think I'm gonna do the. I-
Dude, do the 50K.
I would
You
do the
don't
Do the
100 miler.
50K, man.
The 100 miler.
Oh my god.
I mean, thankfully
Wait,
they don't have
does
a
the
200
go off first? We might all like see Matt out there on the course.
Oh my god, dude. He's like, I love how Matt goes, I promise I never do it again, so I'm gonna add 60K to it.
Dude, that
Dude,
would be
I tell you what, 2020, I'm just gonna like, people can say what they want about my decisions with races. I'm just gonna keep on swinging, man.
You
Like,
gotta
hell
swing
yeah,
like
dude.
I really don't care if I finish, don't finish, dead last, first place. Like, we're just gonna,
swing away.
Dude, if it's lighting you
Whatever.
up, do it. You know?
yeah.
if you wanna do 100 miler, dude, go for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think on it. I did decide. I almost signed up for a 200 miler this year. And I decided not to do it this
my
year.
God.
I have a friend that is like looking forward for a 2026 100 miler. I won't disclose his name.
I probably will do one well, depending on how this year goes. I will do one in the next 2 years for
Hmm.
sure.
A 200?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or actually, let me take that back. I'm definitely gonna. If I don't do one in the next few years, I'm gonna do one on my like the year that I turn 40, which isn't too far
Okay.
away. So
That's
Okay.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Dude, I
Yeah.
can't even hardly get my head around a 200-mile bike ride.
it's a long ways, dude.
It's a long way.
But the thing is you get to sleep.
oh, right. You don't have to though.
What's-
That's
and-
the hard part.
And you can kind of like stop and eat like a quesadilla. Like we don't get the luxury of doing that in 100 milers anymore. There was a time, but that doesn't happen anymore.
There was a time. You can read about it on your boy Scott Jurek about those times.
Dude,
Anyways.
Canyons 50K.
Dude, that's awesome, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
shoot. Another birthday trip. All right.
Dude,
That's right.
I mean, dude.
Canyon's 50K.
I would
Moy,
do that
you're
over
gonna do it?
Transvolcania.
I
would do that instead of Transvolcania. The tickets to
It's half the
Transvolcania are
price.
like $5,000 round trip.
yeah, because
So,
you
I
go in
can't
first.
afford that.
You go in first class, dude. I don't travel.
No,
first
no,
class.
no, no, no. That's regular from
That's
Denver.
economy?
It was
Basic
like, it was
economy.
like $4,600.
No, that's not true.
Dude.
What?
I just looked it up.
That's crazy.
That's like makes
Yeah, dude.
no sense.
Canyons is probably $400.
Which is still a
Yeah.
lot. But
That would be a
so
lot.
I'm signed up for Transvolcania. But I have this is funny. in my run today, which actually is one of the first run where I feel decently good in a few weeks. I daydream a lot. Actually, I'm a big. They call it what do they call it? Visualization.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I call it whatever daydreaming. I'm just thinking about things I want to do, and this is actually a little inside of my head. This is how I pick races, or how I make decisions in racing mainly kind of things. Because let's say I go for a run and I'm imagining the race, and if I get very pumped up and like I feel good on the run, and I'm like things like this is just and I feel good. Like it's like it means that like I have a lot of inspiration and like very motivated to do that race. And if I try a couple of times, and I don't feel that for a specific race, means that like I am not like pumped or like excited for the race. And it happens. Like sometimes I'm like I want to push and force a race, and I'm like like I'm not feeling it,
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm feeling it. So today on my run, I was daydreaming a lot about canyons. And thinking about last year and thinking about like it would be actually cool to just go back, and I was feeling very excited. So I'm strongly considering, because I think because Seth is going, you going make it even more appealing,
God,
So
There was something
is
in
it
the
too late
air,
to sign
dude.
up?
You knew it in your heart.
I know. I
Yeah.
think we can still sign up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, you can definitely sign up. Dude, that'll be
There were
sick.
spots in the 50K at least as of a few hours ago. So
No,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine, and we can probably sign up. But yeah, I would like to do it actually. So if I would probably do that instead of Transvulcania. When you said it's like mid-April, end of April.
I feel like
It's the end of April.
yeah,
That's
End of
good. That's
April.
good.
it's good
It's
timing.
an easier trip to
California.
and we had a great time last year. Like that
Yeah.
Dude, it was
sandwich
so fun.
place. We don't have to stay on the same Airbnb.
Yeah,
But we can like
that Airbnb is cool though.
I got a
I would do
haircut
it.
there.
You did get a haircut.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
That's
Auburn
right,
haircut.
dude. Yeah.
I do
$20. That was all you spent.
Yeah, and then
dude, okay, that's amazing. Moy, anything else between like now and then that you're thinking about?
No, well, personally, I'm going to hopefully Black Canyon, 50K, and then I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I will be in Chile for the next month, right?
That's right.
I will normally do like a little project there. Like I try to do an FKT and stuff. If I feel good, I have been feeling very tired lately, so I don't know. And so like I will be in Chile and then come back Black Canyon. I probably won't do anything before Canyon,
Nice.
just training, and like just preparing for it. Maybe do the 100K, since it's there. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
why not?
And
It
It's like a
exists.
golden ticket kind of thing. It's kind of I don't
Why
know,
not?
and it's cool. It's a cool race.
And then after that, UTMB.
Probably yeah.
Okay.
Probably yeah. Maybe I will. I mean, I will for sure try to do.
you got your stones in order, dude?
I got like 18 stones.
Okay.
I don't know how much is a lot, but that sounds like a lot of stones.
I have a lot of stones, dude. I buy them on the black market. Dude, probably UTMB, and I probably try to do something in June. I don't know. Which is funny. My calendar is literally looking like my last year calendar, which was canyons, something in June, which was Leadville Marathon, and then CCC. But this year will be UTMB, hopefully.
Nice.
I mean, I gotta apply to the lottery.
Yeah.
Are we still able to sign up, or is full?
Looks like we can sign up.
You just click the 100-miler.
No, dude, you don't want. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh my
can-
gosh, are we gonna do a
We have to do
first
this.
like live sign up on the pod?
He's doing it with Apple Pay, dude. He's doing it with Apple Pay.
The thing I'm concerned about is the dang entry fee is $486
For the 100?
for the 100. Dude, that's
Well,
That's
you're gonna get your
outrageous.
money's worth, you know.
Yeah.
Just make sure to stop
Yeah.
at the aid stations and like eat
Yeah.
your food.
Yeah.
Grab.
Dude, I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm sure that tech tea will be
Grab
sweet.
gels for the road.
I have a little bit of an anecdote related with entry fees. So I think the second time I did Lavaredo was 2016, and I had to pay for. I the first time was 2015. I did very well, but the next year I went back, and I had to pay for my entry fee first. And I remember I was having a horrible race, and 2016 I was like 24 or something, 5 actually, and I was broke. I'm still kind of broke, but I was more broke at the time. Uh, and I remember I was like, I wasn't gonna finish the race. Long story short, I wasn't gonna be able to finish. That was my first DNF, and when I realized that, I was like, well, I'm gonna get my money worth. So I started shoveling Parmesan cheese on my backpack.
Wait.
Parmesan-
Wait. Where did you get the Parmesan cheese?
From the aid station.
There's Parmesan cheese at the aid station in Laredo.
Yeah, dude, and Nutella.
Dude, any race directors
Yeah.
take notes.
Dude.
Parmesan
Oh,
cheese.
and there's prosciutto. Yeah, it's like a lot.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
Italians like crush the Parmesan cheese, a lot of salt. So, dude, I
That's
started like
wild.
shoveling Parmesan cheese on my backpack like crazy. I was like, well, this is gonna be so good, at dinner with Kirsten, and like we were camping actually.
That's how you know you weren't in your right mind, dude.
I was trying to take advantage of the aid stations. A friend drives me down to the town and drop me in a corner, and then because I couldn't move actually, and he goes to like pick Kirsten up that was waiting for me at the finish line, and I wasn't making it to the finish line. This was I actually DNF like within like less than 10 miles to finish. Dude, when she comes, like the only thing I can say is like, take it out of me. And she's like, what? And I was like, the cheese. The thing is like the smell of the cheese plus feeling horrible made me throw up like crazy, dude. So I was like in the middle of Cortina throwing up, and Kirsten like trying to take the cheese out of my backpack. And anyways.
God, it's so
Pro
gross.
tip: don't carry Parmesan cheese on your ultra.
Dude, yeah. I don't think we ate that cheese anyways.
Well, I would hope not.
Anyways, yeah, but you can like you can try to like have a little bag, plastic bag, and like carry some things to make back the money from the entry fee.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's so funny.
Right.
Oh.
Exciting, dude.
Wait, Seth, what do you got, dude? We're on the same program, kind of.
Dude, yeah, I'm trying to go to States. So, and dude, okay, so low key, the reason I want to go to States is I signed up for the Leadville 100 mountain bike lottery, and I'm like praying to the lottery gods to get into the mountain bike race. So, I want to get into States so that I have a full June or a full July, August off running, so I can
Nice.
race a mountain
Focus on
bike
that.
race.
Oh,
Dude,
that'd be fun.
I have been
That's-
thinking about a bike race.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're not gonna go out to UTMB then?
I think I will, if somebody pays my way to UTV, I will go, and I think I can do the bike race because it's a week before the run race,
Gotcha.
and make it out to UTMB.
And,
But I don't think
race.
I don't think
You're
I'm
not gonna race out there.
dude. You know, if the spirit hits. No, I'm not. I'm not. I know. As of right now, like I have enough examples in my life of first time Western states to know not to sign up for another
That's
race
smart.
after.
So you're all in
good.
for getting into states.
I'm all in for states, and
Oh,
honestly, the biggest motivator lately has been wanting to do a mountain bike race. So
cool. That's awesome.
yeah,
Right
Exciting.
yeah. What about you?
Oh, a few options. So,
Cocodona.
well,
Aside from the
Matt is like, I
the-
don't know if
the-
Sierra Sinal or Cocodona,
I think
aside from the grand slam
Well,
of
yeah,
200 milers.
the big ones are Black Canyon. Hopefully, get into states, and then if I don't get into states, well, I'll possibly do Canyons 100 miler. But I'm applying for UTMB lottery, so
Did not, you ha-
I have the stones and the index. but-
tomorrow we sign up.
yeah, but hopefully I can get in.
Yeah.
When does the lottery close?
In January 6th.
January,
or something.
yeah.
Oh, you got time.
January 6th. Oh, sensitive date.
But yeah. So if I get into UTMB, I'll probably do that. And then if for some reason UTMB and Western States doesn't work out, then I think Run Rabbit would be my backup.
That'd be cool.
Nice.
And just stay around here.
That's a cool one.
When is that?
September. I think.
Huh.
Yeah. So
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah, I don't think the world's course is something I'm like super interested in. And like, I don't know. I'm traveling a lot, like for weddings and stuff, and so I don't really like want to like travel to Europe more than like once or twice this year. So
I hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
and plus, like, yeah, it's all getting to be pretty expensive,
Yeah.
especially when you don't have somebody flipping the bill. So
Yeah.
yeah, so Western
Yeah.
States is the main goal, and then we'll pivot outside of that. So we'll see.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Western State this year, but I'm gonna do Canyon.
Sick.
Sweet.
Exciting, dude.
Amazing.
Dude, 2025 Boulder Boys
So-
take over
So we're gonna
for
take.
real this time.
Yeah, we're gonna take over the canyons, the black one and the single one, all of the canyons.
The single canyon. And the mini canyons at States.
All of
Yes.
the canyons, dude. All of the canyons. You give us a canyon, we're gonna destroy that.
Dude, it's a bad year to be a canyon.
That's right.
The odds are on our side if we all just line up at the same race. At least one of us has to do well at it.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, look at.
all
I would sure hope so.
Yeah. I mean, at canyons, we had like 3 running the 100K, 1 made it into the podium. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point. We gotta race it more strategically this year. We were too spread out. We gotta like
Unified.
Consolidate.
Yeah. I don't know what the
Consolidate.
phrase is for that, but you gotta unify.
And we kind of
together.
start applying strategies, you know, from like the world tours, you know.
Yeah.
Like maybe one of us is in one race is the what's the name?
Domestique.
The domestique, you know.
Yeah. We can all just 4 of us will block a trail and the 5th one will go up the road.
Yeah.
That's the
Very
That's the
cool. Dude.
move.
Well, I'm excited. I'm healthy, and I guess we're all healthy right now. How are
No.
you feeling, dude?
I'm a little banged up, but hopefully I'll start turning a corner soon. Better with Black Canyon
you've been
coming up.
turning a corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been just jogging like 30 minutes a day this week. So, yeah, I'll get rid of this little injury and I'll be good to go.
Yeah.
This is
dude.
part
And
of it.
Moy,
so,
your
yeah.
hip flexors are good.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling
You got
much
turned into
better.
a pretzel the other day. I heard.
A little bit. Didn't hurt
Okay.
at all, but I was good. And I'm gonna go and see my physio in Chile, like next week actually, which is gonna be I'm like looking forward. I feel good. I'm just tired
Mm.
from work and the whole year, and like it's funny when like there's like work stress. I
Mhm.
feel it on my run everywhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what you guys can relate.
Yeah.
But I'm healthy. Or you're healthy, Adam. You're feeling good. You're fresh like a
I'm
cucumber.
healthy. I'm healthy. Very
Not-
fresh.
not even
feeling
sore.
good.
Not even sore.
Dude, little do you know, when you were sleeping, he was like doubling.
Yeah. I did sleep in later than Adam was, so I don't know.
It looks so cozy. I saw a picture of you in the couch with Arthur, and it looks like so nice. Should we do an audio?
Yeah,
voice
dude.
memo?
Dude, let's get to. I think I have him over here for some reason. Wait, is this your? I'm gonna need to
Primary?
see the.
So
the
what?
notes.
You, Joe, Aaron.
Dude, where'd he go? Dude, let's do Alex Proctor because we biffed him on the.
Where?
I don't know. He's in there somewhere.
Alex. Okay, I can search.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe and Alex. Dude.
Technical difficulties over here.
That one.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Oh, play the second one because we played the last audio he left. We played in the episode that
Didn't
is
make
no
it.
longer. So
What's up, Boulder Boys? It's me again. I got a question for you in regards to long trails and FKTs. Obviously, this sport isn't about money, seeing as no one really gets paid too much from it. But seeing as Tara Dower just got a contract that's worth 6 figures, I'm not sure if that's per year or over the course of a few years. I think it's a multi-year contract, but nonetheless, does that make long trails and those type of FKTs more enticing for you guys to go after at some point in your career? Say you were guaranteed a contract that was 6 figures plus to represent a brand and be the face of a brand. If you were to establish a new FKT on, say, the AT or the PCT, would you go after it? And why, or why not? Would that be the case? Thanks, guys. What's up, Boulder Boys? It's me again. I got a question for you.
I guess we can play on loops.
Yeah. Dude.
Well,
I-
Tara,
my-
the reason why Tara's getting paid that much is because she got the overall and she crushed it. Like the Appalachian Trail FKT, which is FKT is probably like the most well-known FKT in the U.S., maybe the world.
Mhm.
And she beat the fastest male time by a lot. Like she crushed it. She
Mhm.
did it in Ultra shoes, which Ultra happens to be. They have the number 1 and the number 2 most sold shoe for through hikers, which FKTs, through hiking, all that's going to go hand in hand. And I just don't think like anybody else would get paid that much to do it to like let's say one of us went and crushed her time on FKT, we're not going to make 6 figures. That's
Okay,
just the
but
fact
dude,
of the matter.
If there was $250,000 at the end of the AT, it's sitting there in Georgia. You're in Maine. You got to do the AT. Are you going for it?
No.
Okay, that's where I stand as well.
I mean,
I'm gonna need
I guess if I did it and then got the FKT and I then grabbed 250K, I would probably spend all of that in medical bills.
Yeah.
recover
Well,
from
that's
it.
the thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
that's
mean,
another
me-
thing with
me-
her.
me.
She's one of the only ones to finish that thing and not be like messed up from it.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. You know, she is great at that, and that's incredibly respectful.
Yeah.
I would be effed up. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No
so-
doubt.
so,
The ambulance rider alone from
Yeah.
back to Maine would be
yeah.
Back to Maine.
250K.
The ambulance picks you up in Georgia and hauls you back to Maine.
The Uber. But the other thing is like, okay, she's making 6 figures on that. There's people making 6 figures because of winning UTMB. I think Remy is also have a 6-figure contracts for running Golden Trail Series races. So I know, and this is how things happen in the US, which is interesting. When something make the news, the whole news cycle is about it and like becomes like something very important. And this is very important for sure. But it's not like this is not like the only case of somebody making 6 figures for running on trails. It's not very common, but there are a few athletes that do it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know.
No,
You
totally.
guys, you definitely took the words right out of my mouth. Like I was going to say the same thing. Like absolutely not. I wouldn't do it. And you'd have insane. I think I'd probably have insane medical bills if I tried to do something like that. But, dude, the other part, Alex, is like, I don't think that like for any athlete that sets an FKT on a long trail, they're being motivated by what's at the end in terms of
100%.
monetary recognition.
100%.
It is like, so if you're not like called to do it for like some kind of like spiritual soul level motive, you won't get it. It's not possible.
Totally, dude.
I mean, dude, like I think the question was like at the end it was like if you could do that, would you? And it's like, yeah, I would love to break the FKT on the Appalachian Trail, but I actually don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to. That entails so much that like I would not have the motivation to actually.
Think how many
Even
bug
start.
bites you'd get, dude.
Dude, bug bite of all of
You
the
know?
things, the bug bites. I mean, dude, it's just like, yeah, I think to the point, like, I think if you don't want, if like something in you doesn't feel drawn to doing something like the AT or the PCT or any other FKT, like, or any race really, like the 250K is like not an incentive. You know, it's not gonna
No.
move the needle. I think
Also,
the
other
cool
thing you have to keep.
oh,
No, I'm lagging out. Sorry. Go ahead.
oh no. I think the cool thing with like for Tara is like I think she was gonna do that regardless of whether she got sponsored at the end of it or not.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's a great reward. Like it's a great cherry on the top of probably like something that already feels entirely fulfilling. Maybe.
Yes.
Well say. But yeah, again, I think Alex said in the beginning, we clearly are not in this sport because of the money, you know. So
No.
I don't think that's the main driver. It would it be nice to make 200K or 6 figures for running. Yeah, it will be very nice. I will be much less stressed.
Yeah, if anybody, yeah,
and I could train
yeah,
better.
we will
And
take that. Yeah.
So if you wanna pay us, 6 figures to train, do it. We won't turn it down.
No, not once.
Well, only if it's like an illegal product, and then we'll have
Yeah,
to turn it
good
down.
point.
But yeah, but that's not clearly the motivator. And also, as Matt said, this is like a combination of circumstances that make it happen. And
Mhm.
actually, I was wondering how this happened, and you explained that to me, and it makes complete sense. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it was the perfect storm, like the perfect person to break it. Like the $250,000 $250,000 is obviously a byproduct of like not just breaking that FKT, but like who did it, how it was done.
also we're
And-
talking about 250,000. Like, we don't know if that's a number.
I was gonna say,
It's
is
over-
it that, or it could only be 100K?
It was a massive range, to be fair.
I'm pretty sure it's on the higher end.
Is it?
I
Okay.
hope so.
Me too.
But there's a lot of things in that contract, from my understanding, that are really good outside of just like what was in the article and what was written about.
They
So,
better name a shoe after her.
Yeah.
The
What
Terra,
would it be?
the Terra, or the Dower V1s.
Do you
She-
think
she
she
thi-
literally defied all odds? She did that whole thing in ultras and isn't injured. That's amazing. That is the best marketing ever for ultra.
That is her Achilles are still there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible. That's awesome.
As far as I know, I'm not actually. I don't know. That was a great question, Alex. Yeah.
Very good. Do we have another one, or we're wrapping up the year?
One more. How you feeling on the
We
East
could do one
Coast?
more.
Okay,
I'm
so
good.
who's the
Let's
other
send it.
person?
Joe.
Triviani? Oh my god. Oh yeah, actually I have to change my screen on my phone. Joel Lewis?
I believe so.
He's actually
I'll do the second one. Yeah.
he's actually live now. All right.
Hey, Boulder Boys, this is Joe from Phoenix, and I wanted to send in a voice memo and ask you guys how you keep the love of running while managing the high training loads, racing at the top of the sport, and navigating full-time careers and family. I found myself applying for elite programs in 2025 with some decent results last season, and thought it would be a good topic to bring to the table for you guys to discuss. Anyway, long-time listener of the pod, and love what you guys are doing for the sport. And yeah, thanks. All right, hopefully this one makes it. See ya.
Dude, let's take a selfie and reply to a selfie every time that we listen to a
Oh,
podcast.
that's a good point. Adam. Wait, we missed Adam.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This is a great. It's okay. It's okay.
What
What a great question.
That was a great question. Joe is invited to the pool party in Phoenix, for sure.
It's at Joe's house.
It's at Joe's house.
Thank you for hosting.
Dude, I appreciate you opening up your house, Joe.
Oh man.
Oh God, love of the sport.
We
How
got to
do we
be real with
maintain
this
it?
one. Is the last question that's closing out the year, dude.
Yeah. How do we maintain it? We don't.
Do you always love the
Mm.
sport?
No,
Okay.
dude. Actually, a few days ago, I hated this sport. I was ready to throw in the towel and quit. And at some point, I'll
Yes,
tell the whole story on here. But mixed with injury and sponsorship stuff, and you get into the negative outlook on things.
You
and-
had your reasons.
Yeah, dude, and but I woke up the next day and went out for my run because that's what I do. And guess what? It was amazing. Like,
Yep.
I'm here in Boulder, Colorado. I was on some trails, and I was like, I could have felt like shit, and it was still gonna be an awesome day. And so, I don't know, man. Like, I think for me, I don't know. It's different for everybody, right? But for me, when you've been doing something for so long, I think it just becomes part of you, and
Mm-hmm.
I just I don't know. It's part of how I function. Like, to what Adam was saying, like how he did that workout and then all of a sudden felt a little bit better, keeping his hand steady on on the wheel with the pottery wheel, and it's like that's how I feel on a mega level. Like I literally have a hard time functioning without running.
Yeah.
And because of that, I love it. And so yeah, I guess I don't really know, man. It's just like when it becomes a part of you and you do it, there's no explanation for it. It's just it just is what it is. I
Yeah.
really have no idea how to explain that any further than that.
Yeah. No, I kind of want to like piggyback off of that. Like, I feel like I don't always love the sport because I think the sport can be hard and feels like unfair. Like the results don't seem to feel fair sometimes, or like the sport of it sometimes makes you do things that you just like really don't want to go do. Whether
Yeah.
it's like, you know, a treadmill run when you just want to go home and lay in bed, or like something like that. It's like that's the sport and that's not always fun, but like the actual act of running, I don't think I've ever been like, no, this isn't it. Like I've always gone on a run in any capacity and been like very happy in the moment for what I was doing. So I think sometimes like I do hate the sport, but then if I like remove maybe like my expectations from it and everything, I just think about just running and I'm like, no, I definitely want to go do that.
Yeah, it's so pure.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I
It's a
don't know.
beautiful thing.
What about you, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I relate to what Matt and Seth just said. It's like I feel like it's easy. It's I don't know, maybe relating it to like a relationship, but it's like it's easy to like zoom out and be like, yeah, like I'm always like in love, or like this is always great, you know, and like I don't know, like that's not real. Like nothing is ever like always one way, you know. So like with running, um I have always been like I really love this, and like I love a lot of what it brings into my life, and then sometimes like the season I'm kind of coming off of right now is like I needed like some space from it, or I couldn't engage with it in the way that I like normally do, and like I think that's normal. And like I don't know, maybe like part of cultivating a healthy relationship is like knowing when like the right time to like lean out or lean in is, and being okay with that, and recognizing that that is like loving a thing or loving yourself is like not being like, oh, like if I'm a real runner, like that means I run every day, or it means anything. So yeah, I don't know, like I don't know, like for the last 7 years, like I have been running a ton, like basically every day. And then, but for the last like 1 year, I haven't been, but that doesn't mean I don't love running, you know? So I don't know. It's a really great question and a good one to end the year on. So thanks for asking it. Moy, what about you, dude?
Yeah, that's very well said, Adam. I don't have much to add, but for me personally, it's not like the sport or for me the whole thing is it is so much of a lifestyle that even if I go through cycles where like I am not running, to be honest, most of November I didn't want to run. Like after my race in Mexico, I was like tired, and I was like, I actually don't want to run. So I was biking and just maybe just chilling. But I know in the back of my head, like I can do that because I know the next month or in a couple of months I'm gonna be back at it and I'm gonna be enjoying it. So it's a lifestyle. It's more than just um, like putting the hours or putting the training. It's just a way of life. Like even today in the morning, I like had a few calls very early, like fairly early, um, work calls, all good, and I was gonna run it like in my lunch break. But then I was feeling like off. I was like, oh, like I don't know, like I don't feel good. Like Kirsten was like, dude, go for a run. And I was like, yeah, but like, it's cold. I don't know if I feel like going for a run right now. But I was okay, I'm gonna go. Dude, best run I had in like the last 3 weeks. And I felt awesome. I was like smiling, just enjoying. There was also like some inversion. So like it was cold in Boulder and warm a little bit higher. So it just felt nice. And it is like super cool because it always like going out for a run if you can, it always bring you a little surprise. Like maybe you see an animal or maybe you run into somebody, like it just adds a little bit of spice to your day. And for me, for the last, like, I don't know, 12 years or so, something like that, it have just been shaping my days. It's not that my life evolves around running, but it is part of my lifestyle in a way that, like, I can't see myself without it. Um, so I guess that is what fires the motivation to train hard and do races. But you also go through cycles where you can't be on all year because at some point the wheels are gonna come off. So you need these cycles of a lot of elite athletes take a full month off or like a couple of weeks off of like not running or not training. And sometimes they take a year off and then they come back and they're stronger than ever. Like it's just cycles and we all need different cycles. So I think it's important to respect that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I also feel like they're like, I don't know if maybe this is something that Joe was wondering, but I think all of us do end up doing a lot of workouts that we don't love, or like times that we're gonna go run and we don't love, like you're saying. But
Yeah.
it's like you do end up having to reach for some sort of motivation or discipline on maybe what your goal is. Like if he was saying he was like wanting to sign up for some elite programs in 2025 or something, and I think like that's plenty of motivation. Like when maybe it's not easy, like you can always just be like, like my goal is to accomplish these things in 2025, and sometimes you have to reach really deep in that bag to like get any bit of motivation to like get out the door.
Yeah.
So
I feel like when you zoom out from those days, the days that suck that you don't want to go out there, when you zoom out and you like look at the bigger picture, I feel like that's what I love about this the most.
yeah,
Is like that process of like winning those small little battles, or like like knowing that because you did get out on those days that that you really didn't want to go out, like when you finish that run you feel that much better, or you're just a better person before it. I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah. One thing that reminds me of is like so many times when I've been like in the thick of training and like don't want to go out, and like even as soon as I start running, it's like, God, this sucks. Like it hurts. Like this is
Yeah.
this is gonna be a long one. Every time, like when I'm done, I feel really good and I'm glad I went.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I could probably
Absolutely.
count on one hand how many times, I can't even think of a time when it was like I regretted going on the run. So like I don't know. That's an important, like, I don't know if skill is the right word, but like thing I've learned in life that running's taught me is like, just do the thing, like, and then like afterward, like you'll probably find like the value or the meaning in it,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's huge. It's huge. Yeah. Thanks for the question, Joe. That was a
Yeah.
great one.
It's a great way to end the year.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So this
Happy
isn't.
New Year.
This isn't. We're probably gonna take a little break through the holidays, but we'll be back in 2025.
Sweet.
I promise. Right?
Yeah.
When
Okay.
For season
like,
3.
What can people like look forward to? Like when can they kind of expect us to kind of like come back, so we just like manage expectations correctly?
Dude, I feel like we will be back recording within the second, at least at the latest, the second week of January.
Yeah.
All right.
I know
so it's like a
more-
month break.
Oh,
No more than a month.
No more than a month. We've done this before without warning.
It'll probably be a 2 to 3 week long.
I mean,
break.
we can
Yeah.
record in the first week of the year. I will take the mic.
Okay. Okay.
And,
I was managing expectations so that if there's a
But-
surprise.
before 2025 ends, you will hear from us.
Yes, at least once. No, yeah. I hope we keep. Yeah, I think the plan or my plan, and I think everybody else's plan here is like just keep them going until we can't do it anymore.
Until a big corporation buys the rights.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we're also like we have some merch in the pipeline.
Merch is in the pipeline. Not officially, but I was brainstorming.
I was like, we've said this a lot.
Well, if you want a piece of merch, let us know what you prefer. I think we're thinking between hats, t-shirts, socks, or underwear.
or underwear. Dude,
Wait.
boxers would be crazy.
Yeah,
Dude,
with
while
our
I'm
fa-
thinking
with our
of this,
faces.
we have a shout out,
Yes.
a Christmas shout out
Oh,
to one person.
dude, I don't think that should happen yet. Because they're gonna listen before Christmas, and I was told not to.
But this is the last episode we're doing until after Christmas.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe no, maybe yes. What?
They can get an
I don't
early
even know
Christmas
who
They
this
get
present.
an early Christmas present. All right, dude. If you're listening, or pull this up.
Sorry for the delay here.
Yeah, this is cool.
Uh-huh.
All right, so dude, so we got a message. Oh no, this is actually huge. So okay, so we got a sweet message from a Cindy Milnick, and her mother's a big fan of the pod.
Yes.
So Julie O'Neill, if you're listening to this pod and it's not Christmas Day yet, you should just go out and open the box that we sent you. That is from your daughter. Yeah, super cool.
Julie.
She's
all the love.
a 77-year-old
77
Fan of
years
the pod.
young.
fan of the pod from Wisconsin.
Wow.
I hope you're still listening to episode 29. And
And Merry Christmas.
yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that message meant
Merry
a lot
Christmas,
to us,
Julie.
and so we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy, your Christmas present.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I just want to wrap. Today is the 18th. It's the birthday of a very dear friend of mine. I can't disclose their name, but happy birthday.
You can't disclose their name.
No.
All right, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, secret friend.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any. I just have to say Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See you in
Dude,
2025.
Yeah. I hope there are cookies waiting for me at my house.
Oh my
there
gosh.
was a ladies' night at my house. I hope they bake some cookies and left me
Dude,
some.
They're probably baking you cookies.
No, but for me, I mean.
Just for you.
Yeah, we're going to get together and bake cookies for Moy.
Like they're trying to take them home, and Kirsten's like, "No, those are actually ours."
Yeah.
Uh,
Dude.
sweet.
Merry Christmas, Adam.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yo, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, fans. Thanks for sticking with us in 2024.
Boulder Boys Nation. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening to episode 29.